Hi everyone, Happy New Year's 2017, and I'm going to show you how to make a quick thank you card set with this little honeycomb embossing folder and this little bee. I gotta tell you guys, I was going to originally film this with like a British accent, but it sounded really good in my head, and when I tried to practice it, it sounded totally ridiculous, and I know you guys would all love to hear it, but it was so funny, and I thought, you know what, we're here to make the card, so let's just quick and do it. Alright, so what we're going to start off with is, I believe this is Stampin' Up's last year, Hello Honey. I think that's their cardstock, and we're using a new stamp set. This is called Dragonfly Dreams. I don't know if this is out yet, guys. I think it's coming out from Stampin' Up. I got to borrow it from my Stampin' Up rep because that's what she does. She lets me use her stuff, and we're just going to use this little bee right here. But it's a photopolymer set, and it does have matching framelits. And I'm using the Stampin' Up Black Archival ink. This is sound like a Stampin' Up commercial here, but I assure you guys it is not. So the reason I made this card is my daughter's babysitter is a LuLaRoe consultant, and if you guys have not tried LuLaRoe leggings yet, they are the softest, most comfortable leggings ever. So you must get yourself a pair. But anyway, I saw her sending out thank you cards to her clients, and I gotta tell you guys, I was offended. I was like, oh, how dare she send out store-bought cards when she knows that I make cards. So I'm just making this cute little set for her. And you guys know, if you have LuLaRoe or seen LuLaRoe leggings, they have all kinds of funky designs and prints. So I thought these little bees would be cute. So I'm just stamping it up in little random places here, and I'm just going to put 3 on. And you can do it any way you want. That's good enough there. I did drop the stamp on one of the cards that I made earlier, but that's okay because that's what the other side of the paper is for. Alright, so once the little bee is stamped up, then we're going to emboss it. Now on this set here, I stamped the thank you again before I embossed it. That also came out of a new Stampin' Up set. It's their Salebration Time. And I think if you spend $50, you get to pick one of their free things, but that's where this came from, the Salebration Thank You set. That's a red rubber cling mount stamp. Alright, so we kind of want to let this dry a minute because I found out the hard way. I don't know if you guys can see here, there's a little image there and an image there. That's because when I used the embossing folder, the paper that I had embossed earlier that had the stamped images on it transferred onto the embossing folder. So when I embossed this one, the little stamped images went through. But it's handmade, so I'm not going to worry about it. Just wanted to make you guys aware of it. The embossing folder I'm using is a Darice embossing folder. I'm pretty sure you can find a honeycomb embossing folder anywhere. Let me get my little big kick out here. I am going to do a video on the Toto machine I got. I saw that Create and Craft had it on sale for Black Friday, and it was a lot cheaper than what I paid for it, so I was kind of offended, and I was like, you know, I really need to make a video on that, because I think I made an intro video on it, and I never made a video on how I feel about it, so I'll probably do that in the next couple weeks here. So we're just putting, depending on how you want your folder to emboss, you're just going to put that in there. Run it through. So that's the first one. And you can see that it did leave an imprint behind on the folder. So I'm just going to spray the embossing folder down with some cleaner and wipe it down quick before I emboss the second one. Make sure I get all that ink off. And just to make sure, I'm going to emboss this one the other way so that it embosses with the flat side up. that one's done. All right, now for our sentiment. The sentiment came from a Hero Arts set. This was the Hero Arts color layering leaf set, and it's this sentiment right here, Give Thanks. It's a photopolymer set, so I just cut the give off, and I'm just using the thanks. And just on a black strip of paper, I'm going to use my heat embossing. So we're going to use our EK Success powder tool and wipe that down so we don't have any stray static picking up pieces. I did go to England once. I was probably about 10 years old. My father was stationed in the military, so my grandmother, who didn't speak English, she was Korean, came to visit us when we were stationed in Germany. And so we took a quick holiday to London, England on vacation. And we had gone to visit the royal home, the castle there. And my grandmother had walked up to the guards. And if you've ever been there, the guards don't tell you to stay away. They don't yell at you. They stomp their feet. So the guard was standing there stomping his foot at my grandmother, and she had no idea why, because she was in their, you know, personal space, their personal area. I guess there was a line painted on the ground you're not supposed to cross. Well, there was my grandmother standing next to the guard, all cheesing it up, taking a picture, getting stomped at. So that's a memory I have of England. It was a very funny memory. All right, it's going to get noisy here a second while I heat this up, guys. And that was the Ranger Superfine Detail White Embossing Powder, by the way. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Tonic Trimmer. I love, love, love this trimmer. I may invest in a larger one, but this one's perfect. Cuts like butter. Okay. Ooh, I must have rocked the stamp. See that? That's what happens when you rock the stamp. You're supposed to stamp straight up and straight down, and when you rock the stamp, you get that little edge there. That's okay, because that's what embellishments are for. We're going to cover it up. I'm going to put a little tail on this. And you just cut down the middle with the end of your snips, and then from each corner. Some liquid glue on there. Cover up his double stamped wing. Ta-da! Now we're going to mat that on some plain black paper. I like the liquid glue because it does give you a second or two to straighten. I do use my glue runner probably most often, the tape runner, but every once in a while, if I want to make sure something's even and straight, I will use the liquid glue because it gives you just a second to maneuver it before you glue it down. So that one's done. And I think on this one, I'll do it that way. I hope everybody had a fantastic New Year's. I stayed home with my little ones. I had some friends come over. I cooked some dinner. And now the kids are napping on the couch, so I got a few minutes here to make this quick little cards. So I thought, well, let me throw a video up. Alright, now I do have some sequins. These are black sequins I got from Cat Scrappiness. I got this, guys, the new and improved Tonto Crystal Ninja. I wanted the Crystal Katana, but it was like $30. This was like, I think 14 or 15, and it came with a sharpener. And I'm going to use my Ranger Multi-Matte Medium to stick these sequins down. Thing just picks them up, and you don't even need, on my quick sticks tool I had to use the pokey end. Here, I'll show you. So on your quick sticks tool, this part comes off, and then you have the sticky stuff on this side, and you pick the sequin up, and a lot of times it would stick to the sticky stuff and you wouldn't be able to get it off, so you use this, the other end of the tool, this clear one here, to hold the sequins down. But I gotta say, I do like the Crystal Katana. And like I said, this little one, this little Tonto, I got it from Cat Scrappiness, was like, I want to say 15 bucks, if that. But I mean, either one, this one you can pick up. I think this is what, you know, I've had this stuff inside forever. It's like Silly Putty or something. But this was great because it picked it up, dropped it, and I didn't have to use anything to remove the sequin from it. Show you. Yeah, this is my glue glider tool, and this is what I use the majority of the time. But once you stick that down, that's, if you try to rip it up, it's gonna rip the paper. All right, and then I would just mount those on a card base. And that's it, guys. You have quick, easy thank you cards using some Stampin' Up, some Hero Arts products. I hope you liked it. I hope you guys have a great New Year's, and may 2017 be healthy and happy and prosperous for everyone. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Keep on stamping.